Yo and hello everybody, Mike here, baseball collector. Happy Monday to everybody. And last night, man oh man, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 new members of the Baseball Hall of Fame were announced on MLB Network. Interesting. I have some opinions about that. I'm going to share those in a little bit. And I'm going to show you how that affects me and what I do with that and how that all works. I'll talk about that in a minute. But a couple of little housekeeping things that I wanted to talk about. Number one, tonight I'm interviewing for my next Golden Age of Cardboard episode, which will be over on the Bench Clear Media channel, is Ryan Nolan from Breakout Cards. Super excited to talk to him about, he's a younger guy, early 20s. I left early 20s in the rearview mirror a long time ago. But getting his perspective on vintage and talking to him about that, I'm really excited about that. He's a great guy in the community, does a lot of card shows, sees a lot of stuff, and is really starting to ramp up on the vintage game. And talking through that with him will be fun. So look for that later this week. We'll get it edited up and put out later this week on Bench Clear Media or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And then yesterday I did a video with Julie. If you haven't seen it yet, it was on this channel yesterday. You can go watch it. I opened a box of this 2021 Topps Holiday Mega Box. And unbeknownst to me, I did a bunch of research afterwards. I had pulled this in one of the boxes I had done earlier, but this Topps, this Mike Trout, see the little elves in the background over here? That is a super rare. And you can tell by the code at the bottom of the card, it has like a product code, I guess, for lack of a better word. And the different SP short prints have different codes. Like one's for there's just a regular short print. There is a rare, is what they call it, and then the super rare. So this would be like an SSSP if you were to. It's not just an SP or an SSP, it's an SSSP. Super rare. 1 in 160 packs. To get the card you want, there's 17 in the set, or 17 players have super rares, so do the math. You'd have to open a lot of boxes to get this card, and to get Mike Trout in that card. I'm pretty excited about that, actually. I think Mike Trout is great. I think he's going to be a generational talent when it's all said and done. Again, assuming he can stay healthy. I do think he's a Hall of Famer today. He could retire right now, Hall of Famer. The more he does, obviously, the more it'll raise his status within the history of the game in terms of where he would be, in terms of greatest players. Huge respect for him and what he does, for sure, and his impact on the game. But so I've been kind of just trying to get a few Mike Trout things. I think it's just fun to collect and to get that and pull that card out of a $21, $22 blaster box, mega box, whatever, because there's 100 cards in each pack. What I will tell you about the Topps Holidays, I bought 4 boxes. I kept one unbroken. I'm just going to keep it sealed. And then I opened the other 3. I got a ton of dupes. And I really want to put this set together, so if anybody else has broken some boxes and has a bunch of dupes and they want to do some trading, let me know. I've got a ton of dupes that I'm willing to trade, and just to try to complete my set. I really just want the whole set. It may even be a set that I ultimately put in a binder. I just think they look cool. They're very busy design-wise this year, but just that idea. Anyway, that's it for the housekeeping stuff. Let's get to the Hall of Fame, because 6 new members of the Hall of Fame. They are Jim Cott, Gil Hodges, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, elected by the Golden Days Committee, I think. And then you had the early baseball era committee. I can't remember the name. I don't think that's it, but whatever it is. Who did they do? Buck O'Neill and Bud Fowler. Sorry, I was going blank there for a second. Just got it. Bud Fowler. 2 Negro League giants, basically. Huge members of the Negro League history. And so great to see those guys go in. was interesting that 6 people got it. I mean, that's a lot. Pretty surprising. And Dick Allen missed it on the Golden Days era by 1 vote. I really thought Dick Allen was going to get in. I really did. And hoped he would. He's, in my humble opinion, as deserving as the other guys, honestly. His career wasn't really long. He didn't have a ton of the counting stats, but he was a beast while he played, which is the same reason I would argue for guys like Juan Gonzalez, Albert Bell, that were just maybe not 20-year careers, but certainly for a decade plus were the best, some of the best players in their era. And I thought Dick Allen was that for his era. So interesting that he didn't get in. Jim Cott gets in, Gil Hodges, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, like I said. So I have this mixed emotion about these new guys getting in. My emotions are thrilled that we have new Hall of Famers. I'm a big Hall guy. What that means is I'd rather have more players in than less, but at the same time, I'm not a small Hall guy. There are people out there that are small Hall guys. Only the best of the best of the best of the best should be in the Hall of Fame. I'm a little more open-minded than that. I'm also totally pro Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa. I don't think Andy Pettit's is a Hall of Famer even without steroids or with steroids. But guys like that, I'm like, look, it's an era of baseball, but that's not what this is about. Never mind. I'm not even going to get into that. That would be a long topic. So when a new Hall of Famer gets announced, then there's a new Hall of Famer, 6 of them. There's a lot of things that happen in my collection. I spent hours last night. And by the way, thrilling for me. Like, this is not something I begrudge. I actually look forward to this, to being able to go, man, I got all these new players that I get to collect and want to collect. And I'm excited to collect and different things. And so every time a new Hall of Famer is announced, I have these different goals and different things I try to do for each Hall of Famer. Let me tell you kind of what they are. I want to get a slabbed and graded autograph of every Hall of Famer. And meaning the autograph, the grade of the autograph, the quality of the autograph, not necessarily the card or item that the autograph is on, but the autograph itself being graded 1 to 10 by PSA. Because there's a registry for that. That's a theme you'll hear with this. I want to get a relic card of every Hall of Famer that has one. Some of them don't have any. Like Bud Fowler will not have. I won't be able to get an auto of his or a relic card. If they have a Topps 5-star auto, I want that. Also, all of them. However many years they had 5-star autos, I want to get those. Luckily, none of the guys that were elected last night have 5-star autographs, so that's helpful. It's not stuff I have to go find. I want to try to get as many player era autos as I can. So a lot of people wonder what player era, like, not that they signed it when they were playing, but an autograph on a card of when they were playing. That's what I call a player era autograph. Some people might define that differently. That's fine, but that's how I define it in my world, in my little collecting bubble. But to me, that's what that is. So now I get to go look for different Topps cards and Bowman cards with these guys' autographs on it as well. I want to, for the 4 decade set, I'm going to try to get every Bowman and Topps card from 1950 to 1989 where they appear. Which, oh, by the way, 90 cards just for that, of cards that I don't have already. I had a few, like literally just a few, but not very many. And so I've got 90 more cards that I've added to my checklist of cards that I want to get. And then I want to get a graded rookie card. Most of the time that is also included within the 4 decade set, but like with not Duke Snider, he's already in. Gil Hodges, his rookie card is 1949 Bowman. So need to go get that now. That's on my list. Although it was really kind of on my list because it was already in a set registry called Future Hall of Fame Rookie Cards. So it was already on my list, but now it just changes from Future Hall of Fame Rookies to Post-War Hall of Fame Rookies. It just changes what registry it's in. I still need the card. And then I want to make sure I get their last Topps card graded because that's another set registry that I both created and have completed at this point. I have all of them, but now I don't because now I need all these new guys, their last card. So that would include even if it's after 1989, which is for the 4-decade set. So players that ended their career in the 90s or 2000s. So any guys that are elected, would have last Topps cards post 1989, and I go get those too. So you can see that Hall of Famers is a huge theme in my collection, and so there's all these different niches and ways that I can collect these different Hall of Famers and want to collect these different Hall of Famers, and that's very, very cool. The negative to that is now I have all this other stuff that I really want to go get. And what's good is right now, since I'm not really out there, acquiring new things, I can let the initial excitement of the election announcement or induction, whatever it is, election, I guess they were elected technically, then that'll die off and things will calm down over the next few months, and then I can start picking up their stuff, hopefully at more reasonable prices. The other negative is I've got all this other stuff now that I've added to my checklist. Every time I think I'm making progress, they elect a new Hall of Famer and more stuff gets added, and it just is this never-ending cycle of awesome, I guess. But the other negative is these are guys that I wouldn't call them they're not Mickey Mantle and Hank Aaron and top tier Hall of Mike Trouts or whatever, where a lot of cards have been sent in to get graded. They're guys that are stars, semi-stars even to some degree at different points of their career. They're now Hall of Famers, but there's a lot of cards that, the pop reports on all of their cards is not huge because not many people would spend the money, even in pre-crazy days, of $10 to $12 a card to get them graded. And so there's just not a lot of it out there. I've had that problem with guys like Ted Simmons, and I'm trying to think about Jeter's not been that problem, but just guys that don't have a lot of stuff that's been graded. Hadn't been worth it, to be honest. And that stuff, because of the low pops, goes for quite a bit of money, way more than it probably should. And so that's going to be a challenge, but that's okay. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and it's a lifelong collection, so no biggie. But and then I go add them to my spreadsheets and put them in all the different places and add the different players. It's so much fun. With Buck O'Neil and Bud Fowler, you've got two guys. Bud Fowler has no cards. Autograph, literally there's only one autograph known, and that's at the Negro League Museum. If you saw Frank's video about that, talking about that, that's not something I'm ever going to get. Gil Hodges is surprisingly difficult, considering how long he played and how long he managed. That it's not that he's hard. It's just he's not a $10 autograph. Those are the only two of the 6 that I don't have at all. Bud Fowler, and I don't have a Gil Hodges, surprisingly. I actually thought I did, but I don't. So let me go through the different players and show you what I do have in terms of things. Got a little stack here to go through. So, like I said, one thing I want to get of each player is a relic card. And I didn't have that for pretty much everybody, with the exception of Gil Hodges. I did have a Gil Hodges relic card from, it says 2012, I think. Panini Immaculate. It's an Accolade set that I did, and he happened to be in it. And so I already have one. That's good. Check. I don't have many Gil Hodges slabs, especially stuff that doesn't already have another Hall of Famer with it, which is why I bought it in the first place. But I do have the 1954 Wilson Franks Gil Hodges, which is a great card. I don't feel like turning the camera around today, so this is what you get. Let's see if we can get some more light. But this is a great card. I have the Campanella from this set. This is a 300 Great Cards by Mike Payne card, which is why I have it. I have a 57 Topps Dodgers Sluggers card, but you can see it already has Campanella and Snyder on it. So that went from a 2 Hall of Famer combo card to 3. You got Carl Furillo on there too. So I already had that. And then I had this because of Duke Snyder also. Friendly Foes 1963 Topps. Snyder and Gil Hodges. Now they're both Hall of Famers, so that's cool. So there's quite a bit of Gil Hodges stuff out there. Like I'll be able to do that, not necessarily cheaply, but the stuff won't be so crazy hard. So I'll just kind of start picking away at that. Gil Hodges, should he be in? Should he be? I wouldn't have voted for him. And with all these guys, I'm not mad they're in. I'm just not necessarily would I have voted for him. I would have voted for the three: Dick Allen, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva. I would not have voted for Jim Cott or Gil Hodges, but it doesn't matter. They're in. Jim Cott, I have a couple of things of his. I had a couple of anticipatory autographs of his. This is a Yankees, Pride of New York. He didn't play very long for the Yankees, but he did. So there's his card. I paid $8 for that at a show at some point, thinking, maybe he'll get in someday, and that'd be a nice auto to have. And then I got this from somebody. I think it maybe Garrett. I can't remember. 1970 Topps, Jim Cott. So that will go. It's funny, I get to shift everything around from non-Hall of Famer places where I store stuff to Hall of Famer boxes, which is always fun to do. I do have an anticipation Jim Cott's rookie card, 1960 Topps, and a near mint 7. So I had that because it was on the future Hall of Fame rookie card set registry. So I already had that, which is good because now they're in and just moves from one bucket to another bucket. But that's it for Jim Cott. I say cat all the time. It's Cott slabs. I need a whole bunch. He's got 28 more than I need. So Gil Hodges, I need 29 more cards that he's on. And that includes league leader cards and combo cards and stuff. So Minnie Minoso next. I think totally well deserved. And I do have this autograph. So any of these autographs that are raw like this, they're going to be getting sent in to PSA to get slabbed up and graded. And so if I have multiples like Jim Cott and Minnie Minoso, I can go, which one looks the most like a 10? And then I'll send that one in. If it doesn't come back a 10, I'll send the other one in. So there's that. I also have this 2004 Donruss Greats sticker auto of Minnie Minoso. So I have those two autographs. I have one slab with him on it. Again, it's a combo card with Larry Doby, Rocky Colavito. Doby's a Hall of Famer, so that's why I had this. The other negative of all these new Hall of Famers getting in is now sets that I had complete. Like, for example, I had the 59 Topps set. I had all the Hall of Famers. Well, now I don't because I need Gil Hodges, I need Minnie Minoso, etc. And there's years where they're all four half cards in the mid 60s, 63 and 64. They all four have cards. So now my needs for each of those, even if they're complete, like 1960 Topps, I need a couple of those now still. That was an already complete run. So it does throw some wrinkles in it. It doesn't make it, terrible. It's just part of it. Tony Oliva, well-deserved Hall of Famer, by the way. Tony Oliva, totally agree with that. Long-deserved. Glad that he's still alive. I do have an autograph of his. He's in the 2001 Fleer Greats of the Game set. So this is a set that I'm collecting as well. So this will get sent off. And so that's the only Tony Oliva autograph I have. That'll be sent off and slabbed. And then I have his 1976 Topps card in a near mint 7, which is good because that is his last Topps card. So he's the only one I have the last Topps card from. The Cott is the only one I have a rookie card for. So there's just lots of holes to fill. And then finally Buck O'Neil, who I've been an advocate for Buck O'Neil being enshrined in the Hall of Fame for a long time. So happy to see him get in. It's a shame it happened at this point. I mean, it should have happened a long time ago, in my opinion. But anyway, good to see him in. He is also in the 2001 Fleer Greats the Game set. So I had him already. That's the only Buck O'Neil autograph I have. He's not hard to get if you want to get autographs. He's got tons of stuff. It's probably all gone up in price. I would maybe wait a little bit for things to cool down, but there's plenty of Buck O'Neil autographs out there to be had if you want one. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on the Hall of Fame. A shame for Dick Allen. Great for the rest of the guys. Love seeing the Hall of Fame get bigger and recognize these great players from their careers and their history and contributions to the game. So that is it for now. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will catch you soon. Keep collecting.